Hey CIGS fans, it's Tony here, Dave here, founders of Central Iowa Ghost Society. Now, we're just letting you know this is our full-length episode of St. Charles Elementary. We had an excellent time at St. Charles. It was a place that no other team has ever investigated, so we had really no idea what kind of paranormal activity we might get there. I was personally skeptic that we would get nothing, but we got a lot. I mean, we got so much that we've made an episode that spans well over 30 minutes long for your entertainment.
I just want to do a shout out real quick for all of our special guests that showed up that night to help us out with the walkthrough and miscellaneous with Larry, Dale, Molly, Sue, Steve, and we just want to say a big thanks to those guys for working with us and allowing us to do the investigation. So
yeah, they were all a really important part of the investigation. Larry's the proprietor of the location, so he let us in. Dale was a former student, so he had some insight of the school life back in the 50s. Sue and Molly, they run the gymnasium, so they were a great help in that aspect. And Steve's a local resident. You know, he's been around the school for decades, so he was excellent to come along too.
You know, when we went into this investigation, we had everything set up to what we could possibly do as far as cordage-wise, this and that. It was a huge location. We worked together as a group, we split up, and then we brought in the guest. And in the video, you guys are going to enjoy the different time lapses throughout the night of what we captured. And just feel free to share this, spread the word. We've got more coming up for you. So.
Hey, and before we go, we want to remind you, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Central Iowa Ghost Society. We're on YouTube, which is what you're watching now, youtube.com/CIGS2013, and we're on Twitter at CIGS2013 too. So make sure you follow us, spread the word, share us on Facebook, and help our base grow, because the more fans we get, the better we're going to be motivated, the better equipment we're going to get, more video, better video.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Gotcha. St. Charles, Iowa, a town with a population of just over 600 people and is less than 1/2 square mile in total space. It is also the home of one of the 5 remaining world-famous bridges of Madison County. St. Charles Elementary is a classic multi-story school that includes an old, warped, and rustic fire escape. The academic part of the school was shut down over a decade ago. However, the school still acts as an active gymnasium for aspiring gymnasts, and the library is still open regularly for the residents of the town.
Attention students and staff, this is your principal speaking. Starting today, you will begin seeing some new faces in the school. Please treat them kindly and with respect, and feel free to welcome them with open arms. That is all. Thank you.
When the CIGS crew arrived in St. Charles, Iowa, we immediately met up with Larry, the proprietor and curator of the establishment today. Larry has had control of the building for more than a decade. The oldest section of the school was constructed in the early 20th century and acted as all levels of school education from elementary through high school for almost 30 years before an addition was added to house more students in 1937. In the early 1980s, a new wing was added and a library was put there for students. Along with the converted gym, this is the only section of the school that is still in use today. From the 30s through the beginning of the 21st century, the school remained the same for decades and saw generations of children pass through its halls, attend its classes, go to its dances, school functions, and more. That is, until the 1990s, when the junior high and high school section was discontinued in favor of some other schools nearby, like New Virginia, Iowa. St. Charles remained an elementary facing the financial hardships many schools still to this day face, like labor restraints and budget cuts. Then, in 2001, St. Charles saw its last days and was shut down for good. St. Charles Elementary is a multi-story school with a rich history. No other paranormal team has ever investigated the school until now. With no reports of paranormal activity having occurred at the school, the CIGS crew had no idea if we would get any interaction with spirits at all. We could only hope that with so many students, staff, and parents having passed through the school while it was still open, that maybe some of those same people who have passed away or moved on to the other side of life left a small part of themselves in the school. And our hopes were answered. Because we were right.
Father, thank you for this opportunity as our team gathered tonight to investigate St. Charles Elementary School, library, and the gymnasium. Be with us, protect us, and if there's any spirits that would like to speak to us, let there be no harm to us, and just be with our families at home, and to all of our fans out there. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, fans, we're here at St. Charles, Iowa. We're at the schoolhouse. Pay attention.
And I've got the key. We're going in.
Let's go. In the corner back there?
Yeah, definitely heard something as we just walked into the gym. We're getting ready to set up a night camera on the stage right up there and heard a loud bang in this direction. We're not really sure what that was, but we're going to test it out here. Just as we walked into the gymnasium, and even before our cameras were rolling, we heard a loud bang in the far corner of the gymnasium. We didn't know exactly what it was at the time, but later that night, you'll see some evidence where we kept an EVP recorder in there for the entire night and got these exact same bangs replicated many times. Because we felt like that there was already going to be strong activity in the gymnasium, we quickly set up our static camera and went back and gathered Bear and Ashley to get back here and investigate right away.
We're inside the gymnasium. On the stage, we have a few prop objects here for you if you want to communicate with me. First of all, I'd like to introduce us, Central Iowa Ghost Society. We have our teammates here. My name is Milbert. Yeah, the camera over here is
Tony.
Then we got Paul. We got
Ashley.
and we got Bear.
At this point in our investigation, we capture our first couple pieces of paranormal evidence. You're going to notice that just as I pan from right to left, a light anomaly shoots out of the ball that is a trigger object in this gymnasium. What you're also going to notice is as I focus in on Paul and he says his name, a light anomaly shoots from Paul back towards where the ball was sitting.
Alright, so you know who we are. Is there anyone here? We have a few objects up here that you can touch. The green light that's sitting up on the ghost up there. You can touch any time to let us know that you're here, your presence be known. We have a millimeter on the floor here. If you go near it, it'll let us know that you're here. And we have a motion sensor in the back that you can walk in front and set off. Is there anybody here that would like to talk to us? Please let your presence be known. You don't have to be scared. We also have the red light on the floor in front of the bulb, where you can speak in front of really loud, really clear, and we'll be able to hear what you have to say later. Is there anyone here that would like to talk to us? Earlier when Paul, Tony, and I came in through the gymnasium door, we heard something clear back in the corner of the gym. Was that somebody here that was trying to hide from us? You guys hear that?
Heard it.
Over
Over by the door.
Over by the door or by the... Was that over by the benches?
Over in that area.
If that was somebody over by the benches, can you do that one more time for us?
At this point in our investigation, we capture a few pieces of evidence that when added together give each other relevance. First, we capture this light anomaly moving left to right across the stage. A few seconds later, and almost as a direct response to Dave's question of "Are you trying to hide from us?", a light creeps across the stage as if maybe a spirit is trying to run and hide. Take a look at this.
You guys hear that?
Heard it.
Over
Over by the door.
Over by the door or by the... Was that over by the...
Literally moments later, the entire group hears a noise in the far corner of the gym that was not captured on our audio. Given the known fact that this gym is a spot for playful children, are we witnessing children at play on this stage? After physically hearing a noise from the far side of the gym, but not being able to capture it with any of our equipment, we received no other evidence for several minutes. We had no responses to our questions, no noises that could not be debunked, and no other audio or visual anomalies. We decided to try a spirit box session before we moved on.
Is there anybody here with us right now? Can you tell us your name?
David Milby. We were shocked when the very first question we asked the spirit box gave us a direct answer, saying the very name of our lead investigator. Does this spirit want us to think it's taunting us? Once again, we stopped receiving any relevant responses on any of our equipment. At this point in the investigation, with no good evidence arising, we decided to split up. Dave, Brad, and Ashley remained in the top level of the gymnasium, while Tony and Paul went downstairs. Despite trying to communicate for the next 10 or 15 minutes, each group received no valid paranormal evidence. As a group, we decided to go hit the main part of the school. As soon as Dave and Brad stepped outside, they had a spike on the K2 meter that was not captured on film. They immediately started recording.
Is there someone here right now? You just let this thing up to 2.5.
You can see here for just a split second, the millimeter spikes to a 2.2. It's going to slowly lower to a 1.8 and then back down to 0.
Are you here right now? 1.1. 0.5.
Light it up for me.
Could this millimeter spike be a spirit leaving the gym and following us into the main part of the school? We have no good way to know, so what we decided to do was leave an EVP recorder in the gym all night and head to the main part of the school. Upon review of this EVP recorder that we left in the corner of the gym where earlier that night we heard some loud thumps, we get what we think is possibly some residual haunting. Now we can clearly debunk that these were not any outside contaminants and also not any inside contaminants like other investigators. Although we did come back to the gym later that night with some special guests, we were nowhere near this EVP recorder in the far corner and certainly could not have made loud enough bangs as were shown on the recorder. Our take on these EVPs is that the CIGS crew managed to capture some residual hauntings. To us, these sound like people doing gymnastics on the thick mats that are now inside the gym. As we head into the main part of the school, we go up to the second floor, where the principal's office and the nurse's office is located. Now this is the part of the investigation that really started to pick up.
Alright, here's the thing, guys. We have yes and no K2 meters over here. Alright.
Okay, so we're in the principal's office. Can somebody tell us what the principal's name was?
How about the superintendent? I have the old PA system right here in front of me. Do you want me to turn it on and let everyone know here inside this building that the CIGS crew is here? To be on your best behavior? Or I'm just not going to tell you and you do what you want to do.
Did you ever get sent to the principal's office? Knock on that counter 1 time for yes, 2 times for no. Do you want to talk to us?
Can you please say something? Move something? To let us know that you're here? If there's anybody here? Please?
Despite asking a multitude of questions, say the name on Dave's shirt.
Are you upset with the people that come in here and vandalize this place? Making a mess? Does that make you mad? Are you upset that I left these doors open up here? Who's here with us right now? What is your name? Can you set this motion alarm off in here?
Did you fall in love in the school?
How many people are in this room right now?
For several minutes, we received no other EVPs or sounds or disembodied voices. That is, until our K2 starts to spike.
K2 spike. Right there, it's spiking. It was just spiking.
Yours?
No, I watched it. No, that's
We even go ahead and try to debunk that this was not the spirit box causing an EMF flare. For several minutes after this initial K2 spike, we try to ask relevant questions, but we receive no responses or other K2 spikes. We are just deciding to gather our gear and head to a different part of the school when Ashley feels a sensation coming from the back part of the room nobody in the group even knew was there until just now.
Boy, it's really musty, ain't it?
Yeah, I feel the moisture. K2 spike off. Whoa, whoa.
I told you I felt something back here. Like really hardcore.
Yeah.
Is this where you wanted us to come?
What did I say?
Who's got a K2?
Temperature?
Look at these things.
I know, I've got it too, bad. I've got goosebumps really bad
That's
too.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright. So is there somebody here? K2 spikes.
Spikes, yeah.
Oh yeah, I just got like a chill.
Who's here with us?
Just after the group enters the room and everybody has goosebumps, Dave picks up the K2 meter and it spikes. This might indicate that there is a spirit in the room with us right at this time. To show further evidence that there's a spirit in the room, Dave asks the question,
Who's here with us?
and you can clearly see a light anomaly shoot out and back into the K2 meter at the same time that it spikes.
Bring your K2s over here and see if
Is there a reason you wanted me to come back here? You're pulling me towards here. What's going on? Why do you want me to come back here?
Dude, it is like cold right there.
I got a spike on yes.
Ooh, I'm freezing.
Go over there, Tony. Like, just go over, like, right by where she's at, and you get a really
Relax.
weird feeling.
Yeah. Alright. Is there a female here?
I mean, that's dropped a good 10 degrees since we were in there. It was at 64 when
It
we
was
came
chillier,
into the other side.
yeah.
Are you an adult male?
Are
Is
you
there-
a child?
Are you this old school nurse?
Is there a reason why you pulled us back here?
I know you. You were playing games, hide and seek. Are you trying to get used to us?
Yes spike?
I got a K2 hit over here too.
There was definitely a spike on the yes
Yep.
when you said that.
Are you getting used to us? Are you feeling a little bit more comfortable with us? We're not here to harm you. You know that. Did you try to communicate with Ashley and have her come in here?
I just got goosebumps again.
Yeah. Can you tell us how old you are? Yes or no? And here's where you can tell us. This is the yes and that's the no. Was this the nurse's station? The nurse.
Some stuff on the floor.
Do you know we're trying to help people just like you were helping other people too? Whoa.
Both of them just spiked to red. Both of them are spiking something.
When Ashley asks the spirit of the nurse if she knows that we are trying to help people or spirits, we receive the highest K2 spike of the entire night. As we show you frame by frame of this K2 spike, you can clearly see how each K2 meter, being about 6 inches apart, spike in almost the exact same fashion at precisely the exact same time. You will see how the yes K2 stays lit for just a split second longer than the no. We believe that this may mean the spirit was intending to answer yes to the question.
Spiking something.
You know we're here to help you, right?
Okay, can you spike one or the other?
Spike yes if you know we're trying to help. I bet you loved your job helping kids.
Hey, where did you go? Did you want us to go somewhere? Yes or no? You gotta let us know. Is there somewhere else you want us to go here? Or is this where you want us?
Do you want us to stay?
I got it, guys. If this was the nurse's station, are you still hurting? Do you need help?
We're going to turn on this spirit box so you can talk to us.
Goosebumps.
Go ahead and set it on the floor. Just separate them up a little bit. There you go.
Can you tell me why you wanted us to come in here?
I can't.
Why can't you tell me?
I sound like I
A
can't.
kid. Was it a kid?
Yeah.
Kid's voice?
Yeah.
This is why we love the SB7 spirit box. Just the same as earlier tonight when you heard it say David Milby on the first question of that session. We again get an immediate response on the very first question of this session. And we think it sounds like a little child saying, I can't know.
Can you tell me why you wanted us to come in here? Can you tell me why you wanted us to come in here?
Did you get in trouble?
Help me? This is definitely a little kid's voice. This spirit box has not been going off at all tonight, really.
Yeah.
And
What's in that room?
now, as Dave notices a back room, again something nobody else seems to have noticed until now, we have to pause and recap. We have gone through a good chunk of the school and have not been receiving much intelligent paranormal happenings until right now. We know that some sort of spirit with what appears to be a great deal of energy is in our presence. And we know that because of the goosebumps and the hair standing on end that every team member is getting. We know that because of the light anomalies we captured on video. And we know that because of the large K2 spikes, as well as because of the direct responses we received on the SB7 spirit box.
Can you tell me why you wanted us to come in here?
With all this combined evidence in mind, our professional opinion is that it would take an immensely powerful amount of spirit energy to have all these happenings occur. And that just might explain what happens to Dave next.
Now I'm getting chills.
Yeah, I got chills really, really bad.
Whoa! Ooh!
Did that just slam?
That just pushed on there.
Did you push that door?
Is there something in there that you don't want us to see?
I just got like a big, huge hit. Literally pushed back out of the door is what it felt like. But
You can hear that pretty much as soon as Dave reaches the door, a couple of our team members, Paul and Ashley, start to feel uncomfortable and start to get the chills. When Dave opens the door, he is stunned for a split second while he turns around and the door slams shut. At the same time, he felt as if he was pushed out of the room, as if hands on his chest forced him to back up and turn around. We did find out later that the door does shut on its own via a hinge system, but it does not slam shut with the force it did moments ago. What's also interesting is that as I ask, "Did you just shut that door?" there is an audible response on the SB7 Spirit box. We cannot make out exactly what it says, but it is a clear response to my question. Tell us what you think it says. Did you push that door? Did you push that door?
I mean, check this out.
It's hinged.
Is it the girl saying help?
This spring-loaded hinges.
Wow, did you hear that cutout?
Yeah.
Do you need help?
Is this where you're at?
You went over that door and was just like, whoa.
Are you in here with us? It's okay to talk. You're not in trouble. We're not gonna hurt you.
Hello.
Set
Did you see that?
down.
That was loud.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Go back on that. That was loud.
Make the temperature on this meter right here, make the temperature go up to 57. Despite the huge amount of activity right up to the point of entering this bigger room, we received no continued paranormal activity once we entered the room. It's almost as if the door slamming shut also signified that the paranormal activity in this part of the school was shutting down for the night. We decided that it would be a good idea to take a break for the night, record our thoughts about the first part of our investigation, and then welcome our special guests for the remaining part of the night. What you will notice as we do this video log of our experiences is that our interpretation in the moment from each part of the investigation so far are going to vary with what we have found as we review the evidence later on and put together this video. This variance is a great example of why we film these vlogs and why we find them so important to do on each investigation. Because what you think happens on investigations while you're there and what you actually find has happened when you go back and review your evidence can sometimes be different and shocking.
We're here in St. Charles Elementary School in St. Charles, Iowa. We've had the opportunity to investigate the gymnasium and the second floor of the schoolhouse. Tony, why don't you give us some of your experiences of what happened so far?
Well, we started in the gymnasium, up on the stage. We set up prop objects, looks like a little snowman, put a hat on it, had a ball on the stage, so that basically if something moved, we'd have it on camera. We got a static camera in there. Didn't really feel too much. We did an EVP session, got some photos, we did a spirit box session, and then we split, and then that kind of started a little bit of the paranormal.
Well, Paul, you want to kind of tell us a little bit about what happened in the schoolhouse and when we were starting in on that particular room?
Well, we were up on the second floor of the schoolhouse, what we believe was the nurse's office, and I have two K2 meters. One I wrote yes on one, no on the other. Had them both in my hand. We had an unexplained spike on both of them at the same time, spiked completely to red. Done a sweep of the room after that, got nothing. It's completely unexplained why they spiked, but not for sure what it was.
one of our investigators, as we were doing the principal's office, or the main office on the second floor, Ashley was standing over by the doorway to this room, and she mentioned that she just, hey, let's go check this out. This room here is just, there's something about this room. And as soon as we walked in, I was after Ashley. We both kind of, did the goosebump thing, and all of a sudden, all of our K2s started responding, doing, just random situations. So, as a paranormal investigator, you have to try to debunk that stuff. And are we saying it's paranormal? No. But when we're asking certain questions in different parts of the gym or the schoolhouse, and you're getting direct answers off the ghost box or the K2 meter, that's the stuff that you look at, and you try to match up with any EVPs that you capture.
Another thing that happened too, going from the gymnasium or gym
Oh yeah.
all the way, before we actually went into the schoolhouse, Milby had the millimeter and I had the K2, and both of them spiked completely.
I had a 2.5, and he had the K2 meter all the way to reds, and
It's
we
like
were
something went right through us, like
basically
outside.
in the distance that we were.
Yeah, that went through where his was and mine was,
And we did a whole entire sweep, and we couldn't find anything. So,
We even
Happened
had
all
our,
at the same time, right?
yep,
Yeah.
all at one time.
We
So,
even
his
tried
said
to see if it
2.5
was-
and mine was all the way in the red. He was facing me, I was facing him. It's like it went right, between us.
and we thought maybe it was cell phone, some other electronic, and we put all of our electronics by it, and it did not do the same thing that it did before. So that's very unexplained to us.
Yeah, as we go on to the second half of the investigation, we've got our three guests. We've got Sue, who is sort of the curator or the runner of the gym locally, Molly, who does the tumbling classes, and Steve, who's a local citizen, lives right in St. Charles. So we're going to split up. We're going to go to different parts of the building and see if maybe these people will be some sort of trigger object. Maybe bring out some of the activity for the spirits and communicate with us a little bit better. So when we split up, we're going to be right on task. So you guys will see that coming up. Appreciate it.
thanks.
As we started the second part of our investigation, we welcomed in three guests. Steve, a local resident, Sue, who runs the gym we investigated previously in the night already, and Molly, who helps instruct the tumbling class for the children in the gym.
This is Steve. He's our inside connection, I guess you could say. One of the residents of St. Charles. Been here for a while. What made you want to come on this investigation tonight?
It'd be real interesting to see if this school is really haunted. I know that there's spots in town that kind of, makes you wonder, and I figured this would be a good place to start.
What other things have you experienced in this town?
Sounding like a train running through town. There are no train tracks anywhere near this town. There is a train track that's about not block, but maybe half a block from me, from my house. People have told me about it, and I have experienced that.
No jumping on the train without
No,
spotters.
I know, right? I saw this and I said, wow, I didn't know that
It's
was going to
way
be in
fun.
there. Yeah, I imagine.
She could.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is.
Wow. Good job. Give a couple finger snaps. Yeah, I imagine. That was amazing. We'll start off the second part of the night by joining Tony, Dave, Ashley, Sue, and Molly as they enter the main part of the school and almost immediately start to get some activity.
Something just reached through this door and turned it all the way to the red.
Seriously?
Yeah, you saw it, right? Okay. Stay out of things.
my tumblers wrote that you can't go in that door. It's bolted because people broke into the school and then they'd come in and
here's what
mess
we'll do then.
around.
Is there another one back there?
I stopped here and looked at this door. Stuck this up to it. I'm just thinking to myself, let's kill that light real quick. Did you just try to communicate with us? If you did, please reach out here and touch this green light one more time. Can you please come over here and talk to me one more time? Why did you make me stop here?
Unless he doesn't want a bunch of people up there.
Do you need me to be here alone to talk to you? Is there someone in this office, in this room?
What's this?
All right, if you're here on the other side of this door, can you tap 3 times just like this? You saw the K2 light all the way to the red.
Yes.
Okay. And then I asked, is there someone here? Boom. It lights up.
How about us, the ones that were down there, except for Tony, we'll walk back down there. You guys try again.
Do you want Sue and I to stand here alone so that you can talk to us?
Yep.
I saw that.
Okay.
That means a yes. Probably. There goes
Yep.
again.
Okay. Okay.
We're leaving.
When Dave walked past this door, he felt as if there might be a spirit in his presence, and the K2 confirmed this with a spike to the red, which was not caught on camera, unfortunately. As the group gathers at the door, which was locked at the time, we capture 2 light anomalies. First, on the stairs as we're going up to the door, and next, what shoots past Dave's head and seemingly into the hallway behind us, just as Dave is explaining what happened when he walked past the door. We also captured 2 K2 spikes. First, as a direct response to Dave's question on whether the spirit would like just him and Sue to stay, and a second K2 spike that might be related to a possible light anomaly entering the K2.
Do you want Sue and I to stand here alone so that you can talk to us?
Yep.
Do you want Sue and I to stand here alone so that you can talk to us?
Yep.
We do have to consider that there might have been some way that Ashley's arm caused a reflection, causing the anomaly. But as you can see, the light anomaly appears on a wood wall and door panel, which is a non-reflective surface. In addition, the light anomaly shoots towards the K2 meter, causing it to light up, further validating that this might be a paranormal occurrence.
Do you want to talk to Sue? Are you waiting for Tony to leave? Who do you want to talk to? If you want to talk to me, you need to light it up. If you want to talk to Sue, light it up. You have your recorder? Pop that second one. See if this is this mine in it? Huh? Is mine getting on there too? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Is there someone here right now inside that room that wants to come out and talk to us? can you please reach your hand through the glass and touch the screen light?
If you want me to leave, move one of those green lights.
Do you want us to go in there? Please light it all the way to the red.
We continue to receive no other responses to our questions, so we decide to pack up and move back down the hallway and rejoin Ashley and Molly. Any rooms you guys going up?
She was in class and door was open.
This is the room that you were in.
This one right here. This used to be your classroom?
This is the room.
This is your classroom, Mom. This was, yeah.
Your
I
phone?
thought so.
Yeah.
Second grade.
That was the
Mrs.
second.
Okay, we're in the classroom that our special guest, this was her classroom. Is there anybody in here? Can you say any names or say that you're here? What was the teacher's name? Can you check your spider with it?
Oh, wait a minute. Something touched my head. Well, it felt like it was.
Did you touch Dave's head? Dave feels like something just touched him in the head. Now this is important, so keep this in mind for later.
Sue? Molly?
Was there somebody, a female here asking for help? It's okay, come through and talk to me.
Behind you? Is that what it said?
Look behind me. Are you behind me, the one that needs help? Are you behind me right now? My hair over my neck is standing straight up.
What is your name?
I want to help you, but I need to know what your name is. Ooh. Was it, Milby, was it on the top of your head? You felt something touching you?
Yeah, it was definitely top
Right here?
Like it was back.
I just felt it right here.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is there?
It's almost like somebody was touching your head very, very lightly.
That's what I felt.
And my hair's standing up and I've got
I'm
goosebumps.
looking for spider webs or anything else or any bugs.
You guys feel anything?
We felt something on our neck. We did, both of us.
You just felt it too?
No, we felt like just earlier.
But it was similar to. It was just something going like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I just felt.
In the hair. In the hair? What? What did I say?
What'd you just say?
Did you just touch us in the hair? If you did, don't talk on here. Walk up to the green light and light it all the way to the red. Did you touch us in the hair?
I know it. Yep, it just lit up. Thank you.
The chain of events that just occurred really makes us believe that this was an intelligent, paranormal interaction. First, just as we began talking in this room, Dave feels like something caressed his head. Next, as Ashley tells the spirit box,
It's okay, come through and talk to me.
a female voice is clearly heard saying,
Behind you. Behind you.
After that, Ashley asks,
Are you behind me, the one that needs help? Are you behind me right now?
and a female voice, possibly the same one from a moment earlier, says,
Are you behind me, the one that needs help? Are you behind me right now? Are you behind me, the one that needs help? Are you behind me right now?
and then we get a third response from the SB7, yet another female voice saying what we believe is, Moments later, Ashley feels the same touch on her head that Dave experienced a few minutes ago. Shortly thereafter, now a male voice comes on the spirit box and says,
I just fell.
The hair. In the hair what?
I just fell.
The hair. In the hair what?
I just fell.
The hair. In the hair what?
Was there possibly a female spirit trying to protect us? Telling us that something was
Behind you.
and that a male was bad? The same male that touched Dave and Ashley on the hair?
I just fell.
The hair. In the hair what?
We just have to wonder that since we are in a school, if we are intelligently reliving a male that would bully and tease another female classmate, and if now we are the students he wants to pick on.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. This room right here. All right. Do you mind? Do you want to keep talking to us? I really thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Alright, well I gotta speak up. I'm not feeling anything.
What he said? What was that?
I'm not feeling anything. Give me a tap on the shoulder. Rub my head.
Do to Tony what you just did to me and Milby. Let him feel it.
Alright, I'm not gonna believe that you're here unless you light that light up right now. The green light. Alright, well I'm gonna go ahead and leave. If you want me to stay or you want to prove me wrong, light that light up.
Are you threatened by Tony? I'm gonna hold a number up. Can you say that number?
You have to say it really clear.
Were you just holding up too?
Yeah.
It's amazing how we continue to receive responses to our questions. First, as I say that I need to speak up because I'm not feeling anything paranormal, there's a response directly to me that speaks over 5 total radio sweeps, proving that this cannot be radio interference. It's hard to make out, but it sounds like it might be saying, a couple more minutes went by, and at the time that we were physically in the room investigating, I remember I was completely convinced that there was no other paranormal activity happening anymore. I'm not feeling anything. And that all the energy I felt earlier had left. And as I walk out, Dave asked this question and receives this response.
Are you threatened by Tony? Are you threatened by Tony?
Dave's next question requests the spirit to audibly tell us how many fingers he is holding up at the spirit box. This is quite possibly some of the best evidence of the night, as we received another direct response, and we also capture a light anomaly at the exact same time that the spirit box speaks.
I'm going to hold a number up. Can you say that number? You have to say it really clear.
You have to say it really clear. You have to say it really clear.
I'm going to hold a number up. Can you say that number? You have to say it really clear.
You have to say it really clear. You have to say it really clear.
To add to this voice and light anomaly, I remember that as soon as I stepped into the hallway and I looked up towards the stairs where we had had activity earlier, I started to feel extremely nervous and anxious all of a sudden. I tried to zoom in with my camcorder up there to see what was up there, and I remember it kept going out of focus, which just added to my nervousness. You know, I realize now that the reason I was nervous is that there was a spirit in that hallway. It was literally right in front of me when it answered Dave's question. The CIGS crew is extremely grateful for being able to investigate St. Charles Elementary. The school has a rich history, and we can firmly say that tonight we tapped into some of that history. In the future, we hope to travel back to St. Charles, Iowa, with aspirations to investigate the school again. For now, we leave knowing that we put our mark on this school as the first paranormal investigation crew to ever spend a night here, and we know that we met some great people while doing it. As our first full group investigation, St. Charles Elementary will hold a very special place in our hearts for years to come.